Hey, so Mario Godoy here, immigration attorney. Today I'm going to talk to you about what can happen after an immigration interview for a spousal visa. So, generally what will happen is it's very rare that you get an actual approval outright. So some of these officers are newer and they'll have to report to a reporting supervising officer. Sometimes there's background checks that need to be done because you get a background check done as part of the process. And if here's your interview, this center part from here to the interview, there has been no background check. So sometimes the officers hold cases so that they can check the background. Sometimes you have a common name that is common with other folks. And so they have to clear that out to make sure that you haven't had any arrests or anything that would stop you from being able to get your green card here in the United States without having to leave or needing a waiver. So at the end of the interview, generally, sometimes an officer will say, I'm going to recommend this for approval. If they happen to be a supervisor, they might say, hey, I'm going to approve this. They might give you an idea of when that might happen. Other times, they will give you a letter saying that the case is being held for review. There's nothing wrong with that letter. Usually an approval can come afterwards. And sometimes they do need more information for the case, or you're going to require something else. So in that case, they might send you a request for evidence to turn in that paperwork, and ideally then afterwards be approved. And in very rare circumstances, if the interview went horribly wrong, and they suspect that there's some kind of fraud, they may hold the case. They may hold the case to see, and from what I've seen from years of doing this, that, sometimes they're checking, I think, to see if the marriage is going to last, and so there might be a re-interview down the road. Sometimes the case, they're going to send to the fraud unit, and they'll do some investigations as well just to confirm things. And those instances, it's a very small percentage of the cases, but that just really highlights the importance of preparing for your interview, sending a solid case out, even if it takes you longer to prepare the filings to get your case out. Just, sending a barely documented case is not necessarily a very good thing. And then also what types of evidence you send will matter. And so these are all the kinds of things that an immigration attorney can help you do. It's not just about filling out the forms. It's also about knowing how to prepare for the interview, being present at the interview, getting the documents put together correctly. But, those tend to be the 4 different ways that, an outcome might come after an interview. So, if you're going through this and it's your first time, you don't have to do this by yourself. There's no reason to go through this process and just goof it up over simple mistakes. I've seen that happen, and that's really where the value of having an attorney prepare this and go there with you is going to come into play. So if you're thinking about applying, or maybe you've already applied and you'd like to have an attorney review your case and go with you to the interview, those are all things that we can help you with. You don't have to go through this alone. Give us a call. We're here to help you.